Yousof Azizi, international affairs expert, joins us from Washington, D.C. Yousof Azizi, welcome. So, you take a look at this trip in terms of the goals that the U.S. may have trying to resume the ties with Saudi Arabia that have gone cold somewhat. What do you think would top the list? And if you can tell us what the top three may be. But the one most important question is, what would top that list?
I think the most important one is about the establishing the relationship between Saudi Arabia and Israel. This is one of the most important negotiations that recently had become between United States, Israel, and Saudi Arabia. We know that secretly and behind the scene, Saudi Arabia and Israel had a relationship, but to announce it publicly and officially by Saudis, so they demand a list of requirements that some of them are not, in agreement for Israelis and United States. Especially Saudi Arabia asked about having nuclear peaceful technology in Saudi soil, that the United States technology and United States corporation come and invest on the Saudi soil. But we know that Israel object to that. We know that United States had a lot of concern about this, that Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and these countries who are allies to the United States had even peaceful nuclear technology, because they don't know what's the final intention of these leadership, or even if these countries would collapse in the future, and what's happening to the United States technology, this sensitive technology. So this is, I think, one of the top in the list. But there are two more issues. One about the energy market, the global energy market. We know that the Saudis, hand in hand with Russia in OPEC Plus, they try to have higher amount of price for oil and petroleum production, and this help the Russians to to overcome against the United States and Western countries sanction. Also, we know that the Saudis' recent re-establishment relation with Iran also would make some anger in United States and in Israel. So United States wanted to punish Iran, wanted to put Iran in a corner in the international trade and international diplomacy. But on the other hand, we see that Iran's relation with neighborhoods, especially the Saudi Arabia, Iran's relation with the other powers in the world, Russia, China, and the rising power like countries like Brazil and India is growing so fast. So we can see that Iran also could overcome to the sanctions led by the United States. And these are, I think, the top issues that United States and Saudi Arabia would talk about it.
So are they going to be successful?
That's a tough question, because the Saudis understood from the last decade's behavior of the United States toward the Middle East. They action and withdrawal from the Afghanistan, they action in Iraq and Syria, their action in Libya, that United States commitment to the Middle East is decreasing, and the other global powers, especially China and its reliance and dependence to the energy coming from the Persian Gulf and the Middle East, is forcing China to engage more and more in the security of the region. So I think the Saudis want to diversify their trade, their trade relationship, the economic relationship, their political relationship with other countries, not just with the United States. They know that we are in the shifting in the global power. The years that the United States has hegemony in the world is gone, and we are approaching to the multipolar world. So I think the Saudi Arabia's relation to China, Russia, and also the neighboring countries, one of the most important and most important regional powers like Iran, would grow in the next years. But on the other hand, the Saudis also wanted to have Israel and America in their sides too. So this is a tough time for many leaders in the region, like the Saudis leaders, because they wanted to diversify their relationship from the United States and Europe to other countries, and it shouldn't be easy.
Very well. Thank you so much for that. Yousof Azizi, international affairs expert, Washington, D.C. Thank you.